Maybe you have some really high conflict people in your life, maybe at work, in your family, your relationships, whoever they are. Maybe you feel like sometimes you're walking on eggshells around certain people. It's like you're constantly bracing for the conflict, no matter how carefully you tread. High conflict individuals can turn even the simplest interaction into something that feels like an emotional landmine. So in this audio, let's see how you can easily and effortlessly deal with that so you can get better results automatically and naturally. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And one of the easiest ways to achieve success is to protect your inner peace, protect your inner calm, regardless of the situation. So let's see how you can really do that, because I'm sure you're an intelligent person. And if you want to be an intelligent person even more, then you need to deal with these types of conflicts if they do come up. Now, of course, the first thing that you want to do is try to avoid high conflict people, even if you can. Now, if you do have to deal with them, this audio is going to tell you how you can do that. Best case scenario, though, you don't have high conflict people in your reality, and you don't really have to deal with high conflicts. However, you can also use these same suggestions, these same strategies. You can use these in business negotiations and maybe some other high-pressure situations where there's not conflict, however, where the stakes are high and you can get really big results that you've never gotten before. The first thing you want to do is you want to stay calm and you want to stay centered. One of the things that I say in many audios, one of the things that I teach on the first day of my training is flexibility of behavior. High conflict people, they want to provoke strong emotional reactions from you. However, what if you could be the most flexible person in the room? What if you could stay as calm as possible by focusing on your breathing, lowering your tone of voice, and even having a pace of your words not be so fast, so your energy is staying so calm? This is going to prevent this situation from escalating, and this is going to allow you to master the flexibility of your state. And that's how you feel internally. And if you want to master that even more, then you need to practice it. And over time, when you practice it, you're going to be able to control really any situation, because the person with the most flexibility of behavior controls this system. So you're going to be able to control these conflicts by staying really calm and flexible in your behavior. Because if you match their behavior, their emotions, their high conflict mentality, things may get out of hand. If you're super calm and you have more flexibility in your behavior, they may not be ready for that, and they may have to deal with it in a certain way. Now, that's the first thing, so that's really important. Be flexible in your behavior. The next thing, you need to set boundaries clearly and consistently. Now, I made a whole other audio on setting boundaries and how to really say no, so go ahead and check that out as well. Now, high conflict people, they often push boundaries. They're looking to push your buttons as well. So, if you can be polite yet really firm with your boundaries, then that's going to show that you're not accepting certain kinds of behavior. And that actually also shows that you're willing to be flexible in your behavior, because maybe these people with high conflict, they were always expecting you to always give in. So it's almost like you're interrupting that pattern as well. If they begin to raise their voice, you can calmly say something like, you know what? I'd really like to continue this conversation in a respectful way, and say that in a really calm voice. When you really reinforce these boundaries, this shows the other person that, yes, you are willing to have this conversation, and you're willing to have it in a healthy way, a way where something good is going to come out of it. Another way is you need to avoid things that trigger the other person and trigger you, and you need to avoid emotional hot buttons. Now, people that are high conflict, they're often really sensitive to criticism or things like rejection. So if you're avoiding words that can be seen as blaming or judging, if you're saying you all the time, that may get them even more upset. So avoid things that use the word you when you're talking to that other person. Stick to the facts. I know someone, they always say, when someone wants to prove something to them, they say, show me the facts. So in this case, this high conflict person, they may be going all over the place with their conversation. You stick to the facts. Keep it easy, keep it simple. Say things using the word I. I feel, I have, I think. If you're using the word you, it may sound like you're accusing that person of something. And chances are they may have started this conversation. So just stick to saying that I heard this, I feel this, I see this, I think this, I know this. If you use you, it might cause the conflict to go even higher. You also need to take breaks and distance yourself when necessary. Now, if a person who's high conflict and they're being even more hostile than usual, it's acceptable to take a break, step away from the conversation. That also goes into reinforcing your boundaries. Because if you have a brief pause, this can prevent emotions from escalating. And if you're not mastering your state yet, like I talked about earlier, staying calm, this will give you a chance to get more calm. This may give the other person a chance to get more calm. Just tell them, we need to take a bit of a break because I want to have this conversation when I feel more calm. I don't feel more calm right now, and I don't necessarily want to hurt myself or hurt you or say something that I don't mean. I want to be able to think clearly. So why don't we resume this conversation when I feel more calm? So you need to communicate to that person. Sometimes these are difficult conversations. So if you have high conflict people in your life, you need ways to make sure that a lot of conversations are not high conflict. So you need easy ways to make sure that you're in control of your state, you're mastering your state so that you can easily and effortlessly have these conversations if they are necessary. And of course, you need to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. High conflict interactions, they can drain you. They can make you tired. They can make you upset. They can make you feel how you don't really want to feel, especially if you don't feel like you're causing them. Now, of course, we always want to take responsibility. So if you did something wrong and you need to have a high conflict conversation, make sure to do that and take responsibility. However, if you feel that you're in a conversation with a high conflict person, you need to make sure that you're really only saying what you want to say, because you need to make sure that you're taking steps to care for your mental health and your emotional health. You need to spend time with supportive people. You need to learn to set personal boundaries. All the things that I mentioned here, remaining calm, avoiding certain words, having these conversations in a certain way, taking a break, setting boundaries. These are all easy ways that can help protect your mental and emotional well-being. Dealing with high conflict people, you're not necessarily thinking that you're going to change this person. You need to think that who's most important here? You are. Your peace, your calmness, your state is important. How you master your emotions is important. So do what you can. Do everything that you can to set the boundaries that allows you to engage in these conversations or these high conflict situations in ways that are going to benefit you and the other person. Everything that I teach within any of my trainings, we're always looking to build rapport. We're always looking to do things and to intervene with people so that each of us win. So even though this is high conflict and you have to go in these conversations, possibly What can you do? Make sure that both people can create success from this. So I hope you have some good takeaways from this. Go ahead and comment below what you think. It'd be really good to see your thoughts, hear your thoughts on what you think about is a good way to really deal with a high conflict person or conversation. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. It really helps me keep creating content every single day because I do want to keep creating these videos and audios that I'm uploading every single day. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.